Episode 56, DIY Disasters.
DIY home improvement projects can be a real adventure, can't they? It's like a journey into the unknown, except the unknown is your own house. And it's not like you're Indiana Jones or Lara Croft, you're more like a bumbling Mr. Bean trying to fix things with whatever you have lying around. I mean, there's something kind of empowering about doing it yourself, right? You're taking charge of your living space and making it your own. But let's be real, most of the time it ends up looking like a DIY disaster. I remember once I tried to fix a leaky faucet in my bathroom. I thought, how hard could it be? It's just a little drip. Famous last words. I ended up flooding the whole bathroom and had to call a plumber to fix my fix. And then there's the never-ending project that always seems to take way longer than you thought it would. You start with a small task like painting a room, and next thing you know, you're knee-deep in drywall and electrical work. But hey, at least it's a learning experience, right? You learn what not to do the next time around. And there's something to be said for the satisfaction of completing a project on your own, even if it doesn't turn out quite the way you envisioned it. In conclusion, DIY home improvement projects are like a box of chocolates, you never know what you're going to get. But as long as you're willing to laugh at yourself and learn from your mistakes, you might just end up with something that's uniquely your own. And if not, well, at least you'll have some good stories to tell. DIY home improvement projects, huh? Well, I've dabbled in a few of those myself, and let me tell you, it's a wild ride. I think the first thing you need to accept when you embark on a DIY project is that you're going to make mistakes. Lots of mistakes. But hey, that's the beauty of it, right? It's all part of the learning process. Now, I'm not exactly what you would call a handy person. I once tried to fix a leaky faucet and ended up flooding my entire bathroom. I had to call a plumber to come bail me out, and let's just say, it wasn't cheap. But hey, at least I learned something, right? I learned that when it comes to DIY projects, it's best to start small and work your way up. One thing that always cracks me up about DIY projects is the confidence that some people have going into them. They'll see a YouTube video or a Pinterest post and suddenly they're convinced that they can build a deck or install a new toilet all on their own. And then 3 hours later, they're sitting in a pile of wood and screws, wondering where they went wrong. But hey, it's not all bad. There's something really satisfying about completing a DIY project, no matter how small it is. Like the time I finally figured out how to properly hang a picture frame without it being crooked. It was a small victory, but it felt like I had conquered the world. And let's not forget about the savings. Doing things yourself can save you a lot of money in the long run. Unless, of course, you end up having to call a professional to fix all the mistakes you made. Then you're really in trouble. In conclusion, DIY home improvement projects can be a lot of fun, as long as you have a good sense of humor about it. And if all else fails, just remember, there's no shame in calling a professional. Trust me, your wallet will. Thank you. Thank you and good night. DIY home improvement projects can be a lot of fun, if you're a masochist. I mean, who doesn't love the feeling of standing on a ladder for hours on end, trying to hammer a nail into the ceiling, only to realize that you've accidentally nailed your hair to the wall? But don't worry, it's just a minor inconvenience, you can always shave your head, right? But let's be honest, home improvement projects always seem like a good idea at first. You think to yourself, I'll just paint this one wall and it'll be easy. And then 6 hours later, you're covered in paint, your cat is now half blue, and you've accidentally painted over the light switch, so now you have to navigate your way through the dark just to turn on the lights. And then there are the tools. I mean, who needs a hammer when you can use the end of a screwdriver and your bare fists? And let's not forget about the power tools. I recently bought a power drill and let me tell you, it's a game changer, for my dentist, who gets to fix my broken teeth every time I accidentally drill into my own face. But in all seriousness, there's something satisfying about completing a DIY project. Sure, it may not turn out exactly how you envisioned it, but at least you can say you did it yourself. And if it really looks terrible, you can always just blame it on your cat.
And that wraps up another laughter-filled episode of Not So Funny A. If you enjoyed the jokes generated by our AI algorithms, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our comedy-loving community.